Are you still buying silver at spot? Good evening, America, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just speaking this evening, I am changing it up a bit as usual. I want to keep it interesting as always. And believe it or not, you're looking at three different quarters, actual quarters, all 90% silver. Right here, upper left, 1994. Remember, Silver Dad knows more, 1994. This is 90% proof. Look at that. Stunning. I wish I had a wrap for it. Then here we go. The real deal, 1961, 90% silver. And this is the coin that I'm actually going to be discussing right now, most certainly. And again, right here, another 2000, featuring Massachusetts, 1788. 90% silver. Look at that thing. My goodness, it's beautiful. Matter of fact, after this video, I need to put it back in the wrap because I have a wrap for that one and that one only. So yes, let us begin. 1961. Super underrated, folks, and I'm so glad that I'm finally discussing these because it is so important that as sackers we hold these. But this is 90% silver struck by the U.S. Mint exclusively for collectors. Each coin contains 0.1808 troy ounces of pure silver, with the remaining 10% made of copper, giving it a total weight of 6.25 grams. These proof coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and of course, if you know your facts, they bear no mint mark. What makes the 1961 proof quarter special is its brilliant, and I mean brilliant, mirror-like finish. Look at that. Beautiful. And this is achieved through multiple polished die strikes. The total proof mintage for 1961 was just over 3 million, barely over 3 million, part of the official annual proof set, sold directly to collectors for $2.10 at the time. So you do the math on what one of these is worth now. These were designed by John Flanagan. And yes, the obverse features a familiar bust of George Washington. We go to the reverse, showcasing the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings. Because these coins were never intended for circulation, most surviving examples are in superb condition, as you see right here, often graded PR65 to PR69 by PCGS or NGC. And just saying that makes me want to slap myself because I should be using gloves right now. Today, their value typically ranges from $10 to $30, depending on condition and cameo contrast. Beyond monetary worth, the 1961 proof quarter stands as a shining symbol of pre-1965 American silver coinage, an era when U.S. money still carried real intrinsic value. But again, so happy to finally be showing off these pieces. Very delighted that many of you who probably don't understand that this is 90% silver. Very important that you own pieces like this. And before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out. This is to my always loyal subscriber. This is Bond Collapse. They are running out, brother. I don't think the government issued coins will even be available without huge premiums in the future. It was good while it lasted, but industrial use and war use are going to swallow it all up. People will have to circulate what was already minted in years past at huge premiums or at huge spot prices, or both. Awesome comment coming right here from Bond Collapse. And it's so true, folks. I mean, we are witnessing the end of America in real time. And it, again, hurts me to even say this and bring this up, but it's like we have to address the elephant in the room. For a time, I really thought that we had the upper hand, America at least. But then when I started to come to terms that it's not for the common man, it's not for the middle class, not even for the upper middle class. It's exclusively for the rich and the ultra wealthy, primarily the ultra wealthy. We can't ignore it, folks. And that's the reason why America has already faltered to a point of no return, because its representatives are massively crooked. We look at Congress. I believe Congress went insolvent over a decade ago, easy. And that's why they're just printing. We're printing for the welfare state. We're printing for Social Security. We're printing for all these government workers. And remember, I have a lot of family that works for the government. I'm not going against that, but at this point, we have to look around and what is sustainable? It's a key question. What is sustainable? Is it sustainable what we're doing? Is it sustainable to print $1 trillion every 100 days? And we answer that very easy. The market is answering that for us. We're seeing what's happening to silver. We're seeing what's happening to gold. We're seeing what's happening in crypto. We can talk all the crap we want about crypto. Crypto is staying steady. The same way people attack crypto, they attack silver, they attack gold. Everything is staying steady and only increasing because it's proof that the dollar is done. Your bank account, it might feel like a safe haven, a place where your hard-earned money rests securely, ready for use whenever you need it, right? But the truth is, the truth is far darker. Banks no longer serve savers, they serve themselves. Very obvious, right? And the system that feeds them. So they're not just feeding themselves, they're feeding the system that feeds them. Every dollar you deposit is instantly loaned out, leveraged, and used to inflate an already fragile financial structure. This has been the case since I was a little boy. I was already being taught this in school, back when they taught actual valuable subjects. While you get pennies in interest, the bank multiplies your deposit through fractional reserve lending, creating money from nothing and diluting the value of your savings in the process. And again, that is capitalism, right? Creating money from nothing. I'm a sales professional. I sell for a living. I don't have a set paycheck every month. Aside from my side business, I really have no set paycheck. My side business is consistent, but as for how I perform, that's not necessarily consistent. Or what I am, the opportunities that I'm given, it's not necessarily consistent. But again, that is capitalism, folks. That is capitalism. It's got good things, it's got bad things. But if you want to leverage yourself and get really ahead, sales is the way to go. Even though it can be massively challenging and you can go bankrupt and you can lose everything, you can also become very wealthy. To my understanding, 10% of entrepreneurs actually become rich, while the other 90%, they get kicked in the butt and they give up. If you are in that 10%, which I know a lot of my subscribers are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you leave your money in the bank, you're essentially agreeing to participate in a system that seals through inflation. Your dollars lose purchasing power daily, while the interest you earn, if any, doesn't come close to matching the real rate of inflation. The illusion of security is the trap. Banks and governments depend on you staying inside it. Convinced your digits on a screen mean stability. In reality, they represent a claim on debt, not wealth itself. The 2008 financial crisis proved that banks are not just friends. They're not our friends. Bailouts saved them, not the people who trusted them. Today, the system is even more leveraged, more digital, and more fragile. With talk of central banks, digital currencies, as we hear it all the time, CBDCs, and it's growing louder by the day, right? The next evolution of the financial trap is already being built. We're being told ahead of time. Programmable money with total surveillance and control. Once that switch flips, your financial freedom will depend entirely on compliance, on listening, on being controlled. That's where silver enters the picture, the key out of the trap. Silver is not a promise or a digital entry. It's tangible wealth in your hand. It doesn't rely on a third party's solvency or honesty. You don't need permission to use it, and it can't be frozen by policy. Silver is the ultimate exit because it restores the connection between work, value, and real money. I want to own and stack real money, folks. Throughout history, when paper systems collapsed, silver stood firm. Empires rose and fell, but silver never went to zero. Its value transcends currencies, governments, and crisis. When banks close their doors on ATMs and the ATMs go dark, the person holding silver isn't trapped. They are free. the masses will realize too late that the banking system was never about protecting their wealth. It was about controlling it. Those who stack silver now are opting out, brick by brick, ounce by ounce. Every silver coin you hold is a declaration of independence. It's wealth the system cannot touch, freeze, or devalue. In a world where bank accounts are traps, silver is not only the key out, it's your lifeboat to true financial freedom. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening, another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you, God bless your household, and God bless America.